Welcome back to Crypto Wealth Channel, guys. In today's video we have so many interesting news and development on the charts over here of the Bitcoin price. We need to discuss about the Bitcoin price. We need to go through the VeChain and we need to go through the ChainLink. Also, we need to mention the development there on the trade that could be made, and I will make one trade and I will give you the hint what I will do. And of course, in the next video we're going to analyze that trade, but also there is something very interesting to be traded on the Bitcoin chart, so we're going to go through that. But right now we are in very dangerous zone, so we need to cover everything. I think you're going to love this video because we do have some interesting facts to cover over here. And also I would like to ask you, if you like this sort of a content and if you like this sort of a videos, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And also you can follow us on other social media like Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. The name of all of those accounts are like here on the YouTube, so you can get updates over there in the images, short videos and everything like we do similar over here on the YouTube. And now let's begin. Now, first thing first, we're going to go through the Bitcoin, and believe it or not, we're going to go through the monthly chart over here, because monthly chart is very interesting when we compare it to the 2017 bull market. So if we look this whole chart of the bull market of 2017 and the pump that we had right now, we have some very interesting development to analyze over here, because the candles are not the same at all. What I mean by this is, right now I'm learning from Japanese candlestick book, all patterns, all candlestick patterns and everything. And every single of those patterns are most valid, let's say, on the high time frames like monthly chart, weekly chart. You need to watch them, especially if you notice some of those patterns, reversal patterns or whatever. You need to take special attention on that specific pattern, because it will play out if it's on high time frame. Just it takes a lot of time, because of course it is high time frame. So if we switch here on the chart, look at this chart very well. We were pumping over here pretty well until over here. Yes, you heard me well. Until $6,500, we had a perfectly good run to the upside. Now, what I mean by this over here, the next candle and the candle after the next one was very overextended with the pretty much big body. But the big problem that we had on those candles are the wicks. Now you always need to analyze what those wicks, this long wick over here, this long wick on the downside, this a little bit wick over here, and this insane big wick over here means on the chart, or on those two candles and on that certain price. Now in this case scenario, Bitcoin was way too overextended, and already over here with this candle you can actually notice that something is wrong with this run over here, or let's say this run is getting weaker and weaker. One of the reasons for that is that the bulls managed to pull this candle all the way to $11,500, but they didn't manage to hold those levels, so they got back to the $9,900, as you can see. So this basically means that this rally over here that we had to the upside over here is getting weaker and weaker, and already there you can prepare yourself to exit the market. So I'm not telling you that you're going to exit the market, but you should actually prepare yourself. Already on the next candle, monthly candle over here, December one, you can see big overextended wick, which is pretty much high of $20,000 per one Bitcoin, right? And as you can see, big pull down towards the $13,000 or $14,000 approximately, somewhere around there. This line that we pulled over here, that's where actually Bitcoin managed to close, and leaving us with this big wick over here. You should expect already next month big dump, and look what happened over here. The price didn't manage to hold those levels where we closed in this candle before it, and look what happened. We went drastically down on those support levels and pushed down towards $6,000. And one of the reasons for that also, those candles over here are full body candles. We don't have a lot of wicks, which means it gives us more confident to trade on those levels than on those big volatility levels where we have actually big candles. So in this case scenario, if we look the price over here, we are almost to $20,000 over here. Look at those levels, ladies and gentlemen. Look those two candles. Look those two candles, how they look like. So those two candles, we can even zoom in a little bit so you can see. if we close in November month over here, this last candle to look like at least like this, without some big volatility in week, without big volatility in the volume and stuff like that, even if the candle is a little bit higher, but we don't have some specific weeks like we had even over here after the coming out from that crash, you know, that we had in 2017, this would indicate us that we could see potentially much higher prices than $20,000 very, very soon, because as you can see, bulls are showing us like this over here on this candle, that they have control when it comes to the higher time frames. We just need to wait to play them out, because for high time frame to play out, it takes time, of course. Now, if we switch to the weekly chart, the same thing we can see over here. Maybe we have some weakness over here because of this $16,200. Actually, $16,500. We discussed in the previous video that this is going to be one of the resistance over here for the Bitcoin, and as we can see, that happened. We hit exactly on $16,500 and we stopped there. I also traded something I need to show you on the daily chart over here. I traded actually on the 10x leverage. I got 10% and I got out immediately after I saw yesterday in the night this candle over here. This candle over here gave me good confidence that we are going to see some sort of a resistance over here, and from now I need to make some kind of a rule that I'm not going to trade leverage when I go to sleep, even so I have a stop loss. You need to be awake if you are trading leverage. That's my motto from now, because leverage is dangerous, especially if you go 10x, 25x, 50x, 100x, God forbid. So that's very, very dangerous to leave. You need to watch charts there, and you need to be actually fast to close your position, because volatility could hit you very well to lose your profits or even to go into the stop loss zone. So you need to be very careful. This is the reason why I close position immediately, and I don't regret. As I can see, we declined from $16,500 where I actually sold on those levels. Now, before that, I need to mention that I opened position when we broke $16,000, but unfortunately we managed to hit my stop. So in the next trade, I managed to pull the good trade over here and get out the position instantly. And the next trade that should be, it's pretty much obvious over here, it's above $16,500, which is clear resistance over here. The thing that we are mentioning, the LS, also said about this resistance, where I actually put my eye on it, maximum, as you can see, perfectly good area for resistance, and even the down week over here managed to retest as a support $16,000. So as long as we are holding above those levels, we are good to go towards $20,000. Now, since we are switching from the time frame, you know, from the higher time frame to the lower time frames over here, we are on the 1 hourly chart. We're going to skip 4 hourly very quickly, and you can see that we are making some sort of a flag over here, and already now we are trying to retest against $16,500. We are also on the crypto and grid index on the level of around 90, I think. So that's pretty bullish, pretty extreme bullish, and I'm becoming very scared when I see such a patterns over here, and I'm very, very scared also to trade them. And one of the reasons for that I'm going to show you, it's on the daily chart. If you click over here and bring the RSI, you can see that we are in overbought zone for a long period of time. I really thought that video, when we managed to mention RSI, when we were retracing into the normal bullish zone, cool down zone over here below level of 70 over here and above level of 50, then I thought that we are going to chill out, you know, let the bears take the profits and then we can push to the upside. No, Bitcoin decided that it's going to spend more time on this overbought zone, which is not good. But since it's a bull market, actually bulls, they do not put too much attention to the RSI, so this RSI could be just nothing but the noise. But we will definitely not ignore the RSI when it comes to pullbacks. Now, also one thing and one chart that I need to mention on the Bitcoin over here is the Heikin-Ashi chart over here, because Heikin-Ashi we discussed about many videos ago, and it's good to mention it right now. We're not going to go through how the Heikin-Ashi is calculated and everything, but overall, whenever you have few consecutive red candles, big ones of course with the wicks, that's the downtrend, and whenever you have the green ones, then that indicates you that we are reversing on some sort of a way to the bullish side. Of course, we always have the fake outs, like you can see over here over here and over here. But also I need to bring you one more indicator that you can combine with the RSI over here, and that's the MACD. Whenever the MACD is converting to the bullish side, you can see over here that also the Heikin-Ashi is converting to the green side. So this is also one of the indicator. Think about to catch this buy opportunity over here, just because you combined MACD, for example, over here, you know, those two moving averages were converging. While you were catching this convergence, you are confirming this with the Heikin-Ashi, and you can actually spike to the upside because the trend is reversing. You know, this is not the downtrend over here, but it's definitely, you know, consolidation phase that you can switch to the bullish side if you catch those sort of moves. Now, what I like over here on the Heikin-Ashi chart over here, those candlesticks are showing us the big bullish momentum. And how we know that, actually you can see on the candles, we do have upper wicks over here and we do not have down wicks, which is pretty much good momentum for the Bitcoin over here. As you can see, whenever you have those wicks on the downside also, that means the trend is coming to a weaker side. And you can see over here that we already over here had one of the red candle, which this could be point for return, but the Bitcoin decided actually to push more over here. And right now we are lining up more those consecutive big candles, green ones actually, with the clear bottom, which is very important, and that also gives us indication that this is the still bullish over here. Now, as long as we are not breaking this level of resistance over here, getting some sort of a consolidation is going to be good for the Bitcoin, because we can build up some level of support, because we're going to give the bears some of the profit so we can continue towards $20,000. This is going to be good as long as we are respecting bulls and bears. Now, as you can see on the weekly, we got way overextended over here, and the 20 exponential weekly moving average is still not retested. And the last time it was retested over here, actually the bounce from it was on 5th October 2020, which is pretty much over 5 weeks. So we are right now consolidating around this level with hope that we are going to see some sort of a retrace on those levels to actually retest those moving averages and continue rally to the upside, because the Bitcoin is well known with exponential growth when it retesting 20 exponential moving average. If we switch over here on the logarithmic chart on the 2017 bull market, you can see that every time when the Bitcoin was climbing towards $20,000, it respected 20 exponential moving average very much, many times before it didn't, right? So right now we are seeing the same pattern, which means pretty much that we are starting the bull market. Imagine we are starting bull market over here on $16,000, and God knows where it will end. So the trade would be something like this, and I would recommend you also, if you didn't trade margin trading, don't trade margin trading, and that's it. So if you're going to trade just with normal trading, you know, without any cross margins and everything, you could just put your order above a level of 16,500, like an open position, and something like this actually would be perfectly great. I could just show you on the chart directly, and you can see the stop loss. The stop loss could be somewhere between 1.5 to 2 or even 3% if you want to be more conservative. And one of the reasons for that is because the 16,500 is going to be perfectly good support. So Bitcoin may actually just break it and retest it. So it will actually may just break it and spike to the upside, which pretty much gives you chances and opportunity to lift your stop loss immediately, and you're going to be in profits while the price is still surging to the upside. Now, of course, never ever get into the trade without your stop loss. I think this trade could be very good because the lines are so neatly done over here. As you can see, perfectly good respect that 16,684, for example, would be good entry point. But please do your own due diligence before you are trading anything. I'm not your financial advisor, and you need to be careful. And always, please, for the love of God, use the stop losses. Now, many probably already skipped to this part because everybody wants to hear what I have to say about VeChain. And unfortunately, nothing special. Why? Because in the previous videos, I told you we need to take trend line. Altcoins are not having a great time right now while the Bitcoin is surging to the $20,000. We can mark this area over here. This is some sort of a border between bullish and bearish zone, and unfortunately VeChain is still consolidating below. Now let me tell you something. When the VeChain when the VeChain breaks these highs over here, you're going to see maybe parabolic move to the VeChain like we did over here. Why? Because this is over here some sort of a structure. We broke the structure of the VeChain, and right now we are consolidating into the unfortunately bearish territory. We are on some sort of a way into the bear market when it comes to the VeChain, ladies and gentlemen. So you need to be careful over here. Do not trade. I would recommend you do what you want, but I wouldn't trade this before we break over here this high over here this week, and after that you can see most probably the parabolic move to the upside. Now if we switch to the link, this is the trade that I will do very soon, and we discussed about just this pattern, just this trend line, and just this zone of resistance in the previous few videos about Link USDT trading. And as you can see over here, we are still into this channel. Even so, we got over here one good perfectly bullish pattern. Now this is the thing that I love about trading, and as I told you, this book over here, there is this pattern which is described, and as you can see on this table back me, or even over here, no, this is just the hammer and the hanging man, but over here on this table there is one of these patterns over here. And these patterns represents pretty much the doji bullish candle. It's called morning star over here. What this basically means, this pattern represents 3 of these candles. So it's not only one candle over here. The 3 candles over here are representing that pattern, which means that's pretty much reversal candle pattern over here. It shows you over here that this between doji candle over here, we can call it doji even so we have a little bit bigger body, is representing this week over here, is representing the support over here. This one did manage to break the support right before that, and over here the next candle has been opened above or inner the body of this candle, which pretty much it didn't break again this support. And once you have one of these green candles after this doji one, that's the big signal for buy, and that's the signal for the reversal from the bearish pattern to the bullish pattern, or let's say to the bullish trend. So as we can see over here, Link managed to pull that out, and we are right now on $12.8 roughly, and right now we are hitting this zone that we marked already when we hit it on this day. I think on this day we did the video. So this is the zone that I will call as a ascending triangle, because as you can see, we hit it one, then the twice, third time over here, maybe I think we have 3 weeks over here, and we're still pushing to the upside. So I do believe on the next hit, Link may actually push to the upside above this zone, and that's where I would put the trade. One of the reasons for that is because, as you can see, it's showing us clear resistance over here also. I wouldn't argue too much, but open position would be most probably above this week and not over here on this one. So make sure to be careful and observe these levels. So if you're going to trade, please do your own due diligence, and if you think that I'm wrong over here about this trade, let me know why I shouldn't trade this, but I think this pattern is perfectly good for the trade. Also, as we can see, the RSI is still in the bullish zone. It's still consolidating, recharging over here. So one day we may just have the big pump to the upside, and that would be it. That also could be like some sort of a momentum trading, because you could get far away from the support, lift your stop loss, and then you can surge to the upside without any problems to sleep when you see that your stop losses are lifted. So make sure to observe this, and we are going to trade. I'm going to put the trade over here on the Binance on this, most probably $70 or something very small, but we are, as I promised over here, we're going to learn trading with my money and my mistakes, so you can learn trading and technical analysis from the pure examples, ladies and gentlemen. Now this video was already way too long, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but we need to cover every single detail. I really want to inform you on every single detail that we are seeing over here on the chart. If you think that I'm not right somewhere, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have a question, also hit it down and I will most probably answer you. You can also find me, as I told you, on the Instagram, Twitter, and the TikTok, because we are giving you there daily updates, pretty much like on YouTube over here. And if you're asking me why we are not trading short, Well, ladies and gentlemen, even so, there are some signs, signals, warning signals that we may see Bitcoin correct itself. We are not going against the trend because it is our friend. So we're going to respect the trend all the way until we see the end, or let's say reversal pattern. So that's the answer on that question. Now I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. One more time, hit that like, subscribe button, and till the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.